I think things that we could, I think part of the question was what we could work on to continue what we're doing or make it better is understanding that we're all on the same team. And, you know, though we're all Christian, there's different perspectives of certain scriptures or how they interpret it differently. And it's like ultimately having a safe space for open dialogue without trying to attack somebody, because somebody wants to go be quick to just publicly call out someone in the Christian space. And I think there is a better way to handle certain situations. Not everything needs to be done by getting on live and arguing back and forth about something, because we have to understand the people are watching us and watching how we handle a situation. Are we handling it out of love and respect and honor? And it's not saying have this very nice conversation and not try our best not to hurt anyone's feelings. No, stand on the truth, but do it in love. There's a way you can do it in love. Watch the tone of your voice, and is it biblical or is it more opinion? Is it more preference? Like, if just stand on the biblical truths and handle it like, hey, at the end of the day, I'm not here to change your mind. I'm here to love on you. And if there is something where I feel like, oh, I don't think that's biblical, let's just have a dialogue about it. And from a place where I'm like, bro, I'm still your brother. Like, this ain't gotta be beef. This ain't beef. We don't have to be. We're trying not to be like the world. So why are we trying to handle problems like the world? And so I think seeing the Christian versus Christian thing to me is just, it's just not what's up to me. And we can go about it better. As far as like practical things, I think it's just more situational, but ultimately, is it out of love and respect for the other person, or is it malicious? Does it seem like you have malicious intent? Is your tone, kind of like, hey, bro, like, hold on, I'm just trying to have a dialogue, bro. Like, relax. I'm not, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And other people have to admit, like, you know what, I am wrong, or I am open to listen. Because there's some people who are like, bro, this is what I believe the doctrine is to be, whatever, and you go about it, agree to disagree if that's the case, but don't make it like now y'all go y'all separate ways. Me versus you. Now you beefing with a Christian group chat talking about somebody else, and you know what I mean. So I think so I think like doing better at like not being so passive aggressive and not getting on these lives or publicizing things that can honestly just be handled by a phone call or you know what I mean, or a text message. Like we want to represent Christ
or feature,
and so I think just having better communication skills and showing the heart of Christ even in those moments, because there are real conversations that do come up, even when you go into even politics and comparing it to biblical principles. I know that can stir up a lot of emotion from abortion and all that stuff. Like I know it's a lot of emotion that gets stirred up in that type of stuff, also from like past experiences. So just come at a conversation with love and understand that we're literally all we're on the same team. We're on the same team.
No, that's real. I feel like both sides of it would be. One side is like, as a Christian artist, as this space gets bigger and increases, I think it's people having the right intentions. Period. Like, not thinking I'm just about to come in here and just money, or coming in here and just like, I don't have to get my life right. I'm just gonna make rap music. And it's like, nah, we not on that type of time. Like, this is like, I gave it an example because I feel like at the end of the day, I feel like people come in on that end where they feel like they don't gotta dive deep in the word and really live this lifestyle. And then on the other end, there's people who are like in the industry that feel like, okay, like, well, I'm gonna cuss and I'm gonna do all this stuff, but like, I wanna do this and I wanna do that. And I'm like, the balance of it is, I was thinking about the Israelites, right? No, not the Israelites. When God said, give me everything to the rich young ruler. He said, give me everything. And the rich young ruler was like, but I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing that. And I'm like, there's so many people in the Christian space who've actually made the sacrifice to be like, God, I'm gonna give you everything. And I feel like a lot of the Christian artists, I feel like they will do a good job to just be like, yo, God, I gave you everything. I'm not gonna easily give this away. Because I think when the Israelites made it to the promised land, God was like, okay, you got the promised land, just don't worship their gods. And as soon as they got in there, they started worshiping their gods, they lost everything. So I feel like that's what could happen, and what we need to just be vigilant about and let us be like, okay, we're in here, but we're going to protect what God has given us, almost like protect the land. And not easily just put it in anyone else's hands, because other people, they might not have the same desires as you, and it's discernment to whose hands you're gonna put it in. But I'm like, for the people, I feel like the people are growing, and I think for the people it would be like allowing more people to have more expression. Like if somebody's doing a Christian remix, or if somebody is like mashing up like a secular beat with like a Christian song on the top. Like I think it's like people in the comments that are automatically like, oh, this is demonic, this is a demon, this is da da da. Calling people demons off rip is wild.
It's crazy.
Like calling people demonic off rip is wild. And wait, even biblically in the Bible,
I'm thinking of a time.
I'm trying to think of a time where
he called a person a demon.
Yeah, where he just called a human, like the woman at the well, didn't call her a demon. The lady that had multiple husbands didn't call her a demon. These people that were actively in sin.
He didn't even call people who had demons in them demons. He called the demon out.
The demon out.
And then separated the demon from the individual.
But nowadays they call you a demon. Even
only
though
time
now you're the demon.
Only time he did something like that is when his best friend stepped boundaries.
He's like, get behind me, Satan.
Trying to move Jesus' plans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, on some get behind me, Satan type. But he wasn't even talking to his homie. He was like, get behind me, Satan. Like he was talking directly to Buddy.
Right, so he wasn't trying to talk to Buddy.
Right. Calling him Satan, like, no. So I think that the Christian space does that, and we have to maintain that, where people don't come in and then they're like, oh, I don't want to be here because y'all so judgmental.
I think not the people creating the stuff, but it's the people consuming it.
Yeah. So that's the other end of it, like, where we all have to maintain a healthy culture of, we don't always have to look like the bullies. I feel like online, Christians, we look like bullies.
Bullies, bro.
Yeah, so I don't think we need to do that to people. But that's not saying, like, not telling the truth. We still tell
stand on the truth.
You know what I think what comes with it? Is a lot of it's because of lack of knowledge.
Lack of knowledge.
You know what I'm saying? And tone, bro. So it's like, the more we speak, the more we can let our listeners know. Because it's not even clear how to listen to our music. You know, it's so new, it's so fresh. It's like, what do we do with this? They're figuring it out. Is it no secular music in this? Is it a little secular music? Like, they're trying to figure that out. So what does it say? Where there's lack of knowledge, the people perish. If you leave stuff in ambiguity, then you allow things.
There's no vision.
Where there's no vision.
Lack of knowledge, people
and then
perish, bro.
So it's like us having to speak more. This is the only genre you have to do that in, but we have to speak more and let it be known what it is, so that it becomes common knowledge.
Because it's not common knowledge, because it's like we're teaching as we're singing on these tracks.
When God told us, be fruitful and multiply, right? He's alluding that you're supposed to always be increasing to have dominion over a space, right? And if God, the first aspect of God, he let us know is that he's a creator, right? He created the heavens and earth, first sentence. So he's saying, if I'm all I will ever be and more, I am potential itself and infinite potential. And you're called to be just like me in my image. And you were just born in 2020 anything, 1990, whatever. Yesterday's not supposed to look like yesterday. Last month's not supposed to look like last month. Last year, not supposed to look like last year. And if your last decade has been looking the same, buddy, you need to switch it up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
So it's the same thing like your 100K. It's great in the moment, live in those moments, but also be outside of those moments.
Don't get stuck there.
Don't get stuck there. Because God is both too. He can be there with you and call you higher. I'm cooking. And call you higher. So it's like, if they've been at that place for a long time, it's hard to hear. And to be honest, my perspective of love is being able to love you where you are and call you higher still. So I'm gonna be like, hey buddy, you're okay. There's nothing wrong with your gift, your purpose, you're made for this. But when the last time you worked on your lyricism? When the last time you advanced your flows? When the last time you tried something different? You need to continually grow. Like, you're not perfect yet. You know what I'm saying? So
that's good.
That's why they're not hit numbers. If you've been here longer than a year, and you still struggling to hit an M, it's too easy to hit an M. Ask Keon. Ask Keon. Ask Sunday. It's too easy to hit an M, bro. Ask Forrest.
That's that way,
bro.
I'm gonna add to that because my therapist said God is gonna meet you where you're at. So if you want him to meet you in the wilderness, he'll meet you there. And if you want to stay there, he'll stay there with you. For example, he stayed there with the Israelites, made sure everything was good. They had the cloud. They were there for 40 years, but they ended up dying in the desert. But like you were saying, God is like infinite potential. So he always was like, yeah, but I want you to be more than just free from bondage. I want you to be in the promised land. So if you want God to take you to the promised land, he can take you there. He can meet you in the wilderness and take you to the promised land. But they had a 40-day trip turn into 40 years because of him. So it's always a self-reflection of, I'm gonna look at myself and see what I'm doing. Because if I want to be stagnant, I can be stagnant and be like, you know what? I reached all these numbers, I did all these things, I'm satisfied. Or think of how God is infinite potential and how God is infinite in wanting us to see us in the promised land. What does he have in store for me? What is more for me? And I have to constantly ask God that, like, what is more for me? But like I said, God will be with you anywhere you want to be at. Whether you want to go and be in the promised land or you want to stay where you at. But yeah, man, all in all, man, Christian Space is doing well. I'm praying blessings for everybody. I'm praying help and guidance and wisdom. And discernment for everybody, man, because now that all the eyes is on us, we in the promised land in the Christian space, we have to be able to maintain it and not let it get corrupted.